Hello my gorgeous peopleini, this is a special horoscope tarot card focus for the month of December for all 12 signs of zodiac. Specifically, in particular, what do you need to pay attention to when it comes to the actual month of December 2021. But also, it's not only about what to pay attention to, but it's also about the specific part of your life which is going to give you this chance, this opportunity to manifest something very, very important indeed, and to take it on the next level. Okay, so these are the special messages for the month of the actual December 2021, and of course this reading is for all 12 signs of zodiac, and it will come with the actual timestamps. And for those of you who don't know what timestamps are when it comes to the horoscope readings, it's just basically you can scroll at the bottom of the screen and you will be able to easily find your sign. And also another way of doing it is just basically to go and look within the actual description, and you can also click on your individual sign that way as well. Now I'm going to start with my gorgeous Aries, my gorgeous Aries. The actual December 2021 is probably going to be way more important than you can possibly imagine, in terms of manifestation, but also in terms of you making sure that you most certainly need to stay on your path. And that in itself means that there is a lot going to be going on that is going to try to going to grab your attention, if I can just say it in this way. But in particular, that means so much that these are challenging situations, but then again at the same time your job is basically just to kind of focus on what your next step is going to be, and just try to kind of ignore as many distractions as you possibly can, because December for you, my gorgeous Aries, is going to be important, when it comes to the next step in particular. But most certainly, this is it's a pretty much so to do with you kind of paying attention to the certain aspects of your past, and you are going to find yourself being quite nostalgic. But this is important because at the same time you're creating this a very sharp and very powerful energy, which does help you to connect, with missing parts of your life. But that in itself is, on another hand, creating this powerful vibration which kind of helps you to remember things that you wouldn't normally remember, but in particular when it comes to your personal reflection, because you are going to kind of see something that is absolutely missing in your life, very strong and very powerful element of you that you have left in behind. It's not only about that, but it's also about the same time which realization you're going to have by benefiting from this vibration. So what is going to happen in December for you, my gorgeous Aries, it's most certainly basically, so when you're kind of find yourself being nostalgic, just remember that there is a very, very important answer going to be waiting for you right then and right there at the same time, that you are not going to become aware almost immediately, but this is only going to be the beginning. But at the same time, there is a very kind of a relevant part of your past also that is going to be playing an important role when it comes to forgiving to someone, and this is something that is just sometimes it's so easy for other people to say, oh, you should forgive this, you should forgive that. But then again, this is about your spiritual journey. This is about your path. This is about your direction. And by forgiving to someone, you also cut out this rather negative energy that it's only going to slow you down, and it's going to keep on slowing you down until you go over that particular part of your life. So it gives you room to grow, but so much, when it comes to internally and spiritually, and that in itself is going to be important. So just remember that you are actually going to feel a very strong sense to head in a new direction, and this is so important, my gorgeous Aries. Just remember that this December 2021, it's also the actual time to head in a new direction, because you are going to actually have a really powerful clarity when it comes to your life, and this clarity when it comes to your life, it's going to really refresh you, it's going to rejuvenate you, and most importantly, it's going to remind you, on your own purpose. purpose, because this is all about your clarity on your life purpose. But at the same time, you know, you're just going to be wondering, oh my God, shall I do this, shall I do that? This doesn't have to be something completely different. This doesn't have to be something completely new, something brand new, but it could also be like a very powerful element that you need to bring into your life when it comes to your current journey, you see. Or it could be something like completely new path, you know. It all depends where you are at the moment, but I'm just saying that, you know, it could also be like a very significant part of your life that you need to bring in, and that in itself is going to make you wonder things, and it's going to make you question things quite a lot. You will be like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. The month of December, it's also going to bring you a huge, a massive, enormous question. You know, you're going to be wondering like really a lot, because you will not know what to do. You will be thinking this side or this side, this path or this path. But you need to remember me. You need to remember this. And in such a way where you just really know what to do. Your soul will know what to do. Your spirit will know what to do. In your heart you will know what to do. So most certainly you have to most certainly follow your intuition. Okay? And what else I was going to say, that the month of December is a time, okay, for you to do what you wanted to do. For you to do what you want to do. Okay, so ignore distractions as much as you can, because this is important. When it comes to your own manifestation, you know, this is like basically going to be highlighted so much. It's going to be rather illuminated. So wherever you put more energy, whatever you're trying to do or achieve, you're going to achieve so much more when it comes to the actual month of December 2021 indeed. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Taurus. My beautiful Taurinis, this is for the month of December 2021. What really you should be paying attention to is pretty much so, it's to do with a new start, but at the same time, you know, this is to do with a brand new start, brand new path, but also with this wise knowledge which is going to take over, and it's going to be guiding you throughout the December. So you're going to be finding yourself like having lots of ideas. You're going to be finding yourself like feeling rather vavavoonish when it comes to being re-energized, and when it comes to feeling somehow like suddenly, oh, do you know what, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You know, you're going to feel this very strong and powerful energy, and this is going to reflect on you really nicely, because you didn't have this energy, or you didn't kind of like find this energy kind of, you couldn't recognize this energy being so beneficial purely so far for quite a while now. And it's not your fault, nothing to do with you, but it's to do with a lot that was happening around you, and that was draining your energy, and that affected your way of thinking, and subconsciously affected your way of planning. So this is why this is also important. But at the same time, you need to understand that you are most certainly reaching a full circle. So that's why the power to manifest things is going to be absolutely mind-blowing throughout the month of December when it comes to you, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. So you just need to remember that there is some kind of new start going to start manifesting for you, and just pay attention to what is calling you, what is like kind of inviting you, what do you feel like completely connected to, what do you like, what would you like to try, what you wanted to kind of begin or to start for quite a long time, but you were just kind of preventing yourself from moving on. And I'm saying this because there is going to be a very strong element in the month of November when it comes to you, my gorgeous Taurinis, to trust yourself. It's about a new start, new beginning, new path, my baby, indeed. By the same time, very strong element that you have to trust yourself. You need to put fears aside and just give a credit to yourself, because you know it's a lot going to be like kind of to do with your own spirituality quite highlighted. So you're going to feel very deep throughout the month of December, and this energy is going to surprise you, but it's almost going to bring very powerful elements within you where you're going to kind of be reminded of you know, happiness, reminded of being excited, and also reminded of being like kind of ready to action, ready for action type of thing. And this is wonderful, and this absolutely beautiful energy, it's most certainly the most beneficial when it comes to the new path, or when it comes to like starting something new, when it comes to like focusing on those parts of our lives that we want to take somewhere else, you know, because it's going to give you the power to manifest at the same time, because the energy is going to be just perfect, and it is going going to be like bring you a nice little element of a surprise, because you're going to find yourself like facing a quite important part of your life where you're going to need to make a decision, and that decision that you're going to need to make, it's going to be connected to the actual action, and at the same time you need to kind of have a confidence as well, because things are going to be absolutely fine. So you just need to pay attention to what is like kind of like a very much so throughout the December, what is going to beautifully invite you, which energy is going to be kind of like which energy you're going to find really beneficial, in terms of like as soon as you think about something, then it's just going to make you feel so good, it's going to make you feel so positive, so optimistic. So you will know that this is the very specific part of you wanting to reconnect and connect with it and carry on with your life indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Gemini, my beautiful Geminini. This is like for the month of December 2021. So you know what, like my lordy lord, it's just like pretty much so about like, you know, something was very much so, the certain information quite a while back was really holding you down, something like really scared you, and something like really made you negative, and something like really blocked you, and something affected your energy. I'm not saying like, oh my god, it's all dark. No baby, no, this is absolutely fine now, because now the month of December is where things are going to start changing for you really nicely and rather rapidly, and it is really nice burst of energy that you're going to feel, and this is going to really remind you of who you are, and it's also going to give you a nice shaky moment, and it's going to surprise you, it's going to remind you of your own path, you know. And the way this is going to happen is basically you're going to get a very important news, my gorgeous Gemini, my beautiful Geminini. You're going to get a very important news, and this is that news that's the pure reflection of things that have been going on in your life, like what I've just mentioned, and that just affected you so much. So this is why you just have to trust yourself, and you just have to focus on your path. This news that you're going to get, it's going to make you feel really good, it's going to make you feel really excited, but then at the same time, you know, it's just going to basically be very important for you to just, you know, like go on the next step. And there is going to be a very good to go on the next step when it comes to your life, and there is going to be a rather challenging situation, which is going to look like and seem like that the door in front of you are like right closed, not only closed but locked, my darlings. But then again, at the same time, you know, this is what you just need to do. You just need to remember to go through those doors. Once you go through those doors, you're going to realize that they weren't locked, they were actually unlocked. So this is when your subconscious mind is going to take over, because most certainly you will do the right thing. So it's all about you going on the next path, you know, on the next stage of your life. By the same time, you know, you need to remember to keep your eye on your goals and enjoy every single moment, because the more you focus on things that you wanted to do, the more you're going to achieve. And the really big and problematic things, you know, that were slowing you down, there are three very problematic things that were slowing you down without even realizing. You're going to come on top of that. So it's a great when it comes to your own achievement, but it's also an absolutely remarkable time to pay attention to your goals. Don't leave them behind. There is a lot going on that is just draining your energy and it's draining your attention, and then that can be quite, oh Lord, you know, not really great time, because we just end up not focusing on what we should focus on. I'm telling you that the power of your manifestation is going to be mind-blowing. You have to trust yourself. You have to believe in yourself, because we as a humans, we are so spiritual, we are so powerful, we can do so much, you know, but it's just with our mind, only with our mind, with our spirit, with our soul. But sometimes people are just not aware of their own power. So this is what I'm saying. Just pick the very specific part of your life, if you wish, like that, and just that you want to take on the next level, and then work on it, and you're gonna be amazed what you're gonna achieve. You're gonna be amazed with your achievement, you know. So this is something that I need you to do. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Cancer, my beautiful Cancerini. You know, it looks like you have been waiting for one particular opportunity for quite a while now. There is a certain opportunity that is very highlighted for you, you know, and it's just going to make quite a lot of changes in your life very slowly, because that particular opportunity that you're going to have in the month of December is just going to change absolutely every single aspect of your life. I am talking about Big Mama here when it comes to the actual spiritual domino. My gorgeous Cancerini, you are going to have a spiritual domino with this, you know. This is a very important time when it comes to the actual month of December 2021. And this is pretty much so to do with an amazing opportunity that you're actually going to have. But you have been also waiting for this for a while, and at some moment in past, you know, you wanted to do this, you wanted to take this opportunity on, but you just like kind of like didn't think it's the right time. So now this is going to bounce back, and it's going to yet again provide you with this absolutely amazing opportunity. So pay attention, because that particular opportunity, as I said, is literally going to change your life, like very slowly, bit by bit. You know, there is a lot that you're going to start learning. There is a lot that you're going to learn about yourself through this opportunity. But at the same time, my gorgeous Cancerini, this is the time for your next step. You know, you have to remember to be brave, and also at the same time, you know, be bold, courageous, and rather optimistic throughout this particular month, you know, because it's all about you taking action, but also following those paths of your life that make you feel good, and also doing what you are really passionate about. This is what you are passionate about. This is what your passion is. This is what your job is on this earth, you know. At the same time, you are going to find yourself on this really powerful spiritual quest, and most certainly you will find yourself like at the end of December, like you want out of life. Gosh, my Lord, you want more out of life. Not like you want out of life. You want more out of life. I meant, my gorgeous Cancerini, you want more out of life. And this in itself, it's also going to be pretty much so connected to this amazing opportunity that I'm referring to, that I'm talking about. This opportunity could be something like a brand new, something that you haven't done before, something that you haven't kind of been part of before, and things like that. But also it could be like an opportunity that is connected to your current situation. Like maybe you are happy what you do, where you are with your work and with things that you're achieving at the moment, but also, you know, it's a very special element, you know, very important element. It's going to become absolutely significant, that you need to pay attention to, you know, because it is just going to start that spiritual domino that I'm talking about, and it's slowly going to change the rest of your life, but in the best possible way, and you will see exactly what I mean. On another hand, you know, what I was going to say is just you also need to remember to pay attention to your goals. Pay attention to where you are, and make sure that you stay on your path, because a lot is going to be going on, and that's why I'm saying this. Because a lot is going to be going on, and it's going to be like kind of taking our attention, taking our gorgeous attention, you know, purely because the energy is a rather, maybe just a little bit heavy, you know, at the moment, maybe putting mildly, you know, within the last 36 months or so. So it's just kind of draining people in many different ways that people are not even realizing. And that's why, you know, you just stay on your goal, pay attention to things that matter to you, you know, focus on your goals, and that is most certainly going to bring you a great success, my gorgeous Cancerini. This is going to be important. Just remember, the manifestation is going to be like, oh my God, very important throughout the actual month. So that way you will be able to push, you know, the specific part of your life that much further, you know. So that's why this is so important. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Leone. Okay, so now my gorgeous Leones, you know, oh my lordy lord, you know, you are going to have a very significant experience this month. Like, oh my God, like this is going to be a really big moment. And that experience is going to be the combination of you seeing something, thinking, oh my God, not believing it, but at the same time, this is going to make you so much wiser. You're very wise indeed, but this is going to make you so much wiser. It's going to open your eyes beautifully, and at the same time, it's going to bring you one of the most important confirmations of your life. Okay, my gorgeous Leones, this will be very important. So now, on another hand, you know, it's all about this significant, like very much so life experience that you're going to have. And that life experience is going to start changing so much slowly in your life, because that life experience that you're going to have, that you're going to feel, that you're going to like really kind of, you will see something, you know, and it's just like going to be like, oh my God, like, oh my God, it's like, it's just going to bring something within you. And it's going and it's just gonna basically also like a kind of give you rather nice little shaky moment, and it's gonna remind you like nicely of who you are, and it's beautifully going to remind you to stay on your path as well, to stay true to yourself and to stay honest to yourself, because the certain maybe people, you know, are just going to have a very dark cloud around them, and it's going to become darker and darker and darker with like a maybe uncertainties, like with insincerity, with not people being maybe who they are. But this is all going to be part of it, so this is all going to be important. My gorgeous Leonis, let me tell you this really nicely. You will have in the month of December very significant life experience, which is on another hand going to open your eyes, and once your eyes are open so wide, nothing is going to close them ever again. It is something that you're gonna learn, something that is gonna like change so much the way you think about yourself, but the way you think about things, but in the best possible way, because it is just going to give you room to growth. When it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to your karma, when it comes to this journey of you being on this earth, you know. So this particular experience is most certainly almost immediately going to require certain changes to be made. You need to remember to stay true to yourself. This is very important, because you know this is going to be connected to very, very powerful and unexpected revelations, and that in itself, you know, is just basically gonna be connected to you just being open with yourself, but also releasing old belief systems. So there is something karmically that is still a kind of holding you back, which means that on another hand, it's a very important time when it comes to karma to pay attention to things that are actually you may feel like a little bit addicted to, whatever that is, like maybe a little bit too much coffee, maybe too much smoking, you know, it could be absolutely anything that you could feel like it's out of place. When it comes to you feeling addicted to, you need to remember that this is also strong part of your karma, strong part of your manifestation, because once you release this energy, you know, you can only feel just so much better, but also on another hand, you can very quickly achieve things when it comes to coming out of it. This is your opportunity to kind of like really can't cut things out of your life that no longer serves you, that you no longer need, you know. So this is really, really important indeed. On another hand, you know, what else you need to remember, my gorgeous Leonis, that is just basically remember, this is so important. The success lies ahead if you keep to the path. This is very important, to not to go off your path. Very, very important indeed. It's to do with you making one of the most powerful manifestations of your life. But when that happens, so you are going to find yourself on a very powerful and quick and fast path. But when that happens, you need to understand that it's always challenge. The life is not meant to be easy. Our spiritual journeys are not meant to be completely easy, because if it's completely easy, then something is not right, something is wrong. So it's always that little challenge that I'm talking about. And the challenge in your situation that I'm talking about is just a lot is going to be going on at the same time. So do not let your energy to be stolen. Make sure you stay on your path, because this month is going to be a big mama when it comes to this manifestation and your ability to make things happen so much quicker, so much sooner. You will see what I'm talking about, because at the very beginning of December, you're actually going to feel this energy. You're going to feel quite refreshed. You will not be able to explain where this is coming from, but that is going to be a sign that your life is about to start moving on towards the direction that you were waiting for a long time indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Virgo, my gorgeous Virgolini. You know, it's just like basically I really like this December when it comes to you, because most certainly you are gonna be able to feel this powerful vibration and very strong and very kind of unique energy from the beginning of December 2021. And you know what, it's really going to surprise you, because for quite a while you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you will were kind of held down because, you know, there was a lot going on around you, and what was going on around you didn't necessarily have anything to do with your life, but it just did made you wonder. It did make you wonder. It did make you think, and you know, and the certain way of thinking and the certain word, you know, with our way of thinking, our words, everything is the actual energy. Everything has a certain effect on us, and everything has a certain effect on universe, and we end up projecting this energy at the same time. So the things get kind of clicky, you know, and the things get kind of like probably just a little bit stuck in a way, purely because, you know, we don't have that very strong and powerful sense of direction when it comes to our future, and this is affecting us, and especially this was affecting you, my gorgeous Virgolini. So the really great news for you when it comes to the month of December is just like really from the beginning of December, you will not be able to explain where this feeling and this energy and this vibration is coming from, but this is the influence and the impact that this is going to have on you. An absolutely mind-blowing month to deal with problems, deal with issues. And I'm saying this to you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, because the more you do this, the more you're going to reconnect with yourself, the more a wider path you're going to make for yourself, because you will have this magical ability to act on things, to react in the way that you want to react, but also to solve the problems that are weighing you down. There are two major problems that you're actually going to solve, and both of these problems are requiring from you to maybe communicate to somebody or communicate to the certain group of people that you maybe don't like communicate with, but you have to deal with this because it became a bit of an issue, which is going to become absolutely obvious in December 2021. And this is rather important when it comes to your manifestation, because at that moment in time, these two specific things are about to shift, and there are two specific new opportunities going to come up. Not brand new opportunities, but the actual path that, you know, two particular paths, two particular journeys that were kind of left behind. You were waiting for the right moment, the right time. Now suddenly you will feel this powerful vibration to just get on with your life. This is very important months for you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, indeed, and it's pretty much so a lot to do with your manifestation as well. The more you deal with the problems and issues that you've left kind of behind, the more sharper and intense your energy is going to be when it comes to feeling that bravery and confidence and strength and the control over a situation that you need in order to make the best possible decisions in life. You will be reminded very strongly, very, very strongly, my gorgeous Virgolini, you will be reminded of your own path, what your own path is, this very kind of powerful clarity. It's going to be very strong, very different, and very unique, but it's going to bring something within you. By the time the end of December comes, you will know exactly which changes you need to make in order to make yourself happy, but you're also going to feel the vibration and energy that you didn't feel in a long time, and this is going to be your major turning point indeed. You know, the month of December, it's going to bring you the actual, the end of a situation, you know, that is going to bring you so much relief. And I'm so happy for you, because you were worrying and you were worrying and you were worrying, and this affected you. It affected your way of thinking, you know, it affected your way of planning, you know. So this is very important part for your life, because, you know, a weight off your shoulders is going to be lifted, and I really like this, you know. This is very, very important indeed. And I can also see on one hand the end of the certain addiction, rather unhealthy and addiction, and that in itself, it's also telling me that you are going to possess and you're going to have this power throughout the month of December, and it comes at an absolutely perfect time, because we are ending that particular cycle, we are ending that particular circle, which in return also give you it makes your vibration more powerful, more sharper, more significant when it comes to really kind of dealing with a specific part of our lives that created like a bit of a negative addiction. So you need to see what this is, because you're going to be surprised how easily and how quickly this is actually going to shift, almost immediately. Okay, and on another hand, you know, just remember, my gorgeous Virgolinis, that also this month, you know, don't hold too tight, okay? Because holding on too tight to things, it's going to prevent you from moving forward. So what you need to understand, that the power of manifestation is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. So all you need to do is just do not think about things too intensely. Do not kind of like what you want to achieve and what you want to make. On one hand, remember to not to bring yourself down, to not be negative and think, oh, this is happening, that is happening. No, baby, no. Just be really, really positive, you know. It's very important to stay positive, but on another hand, also, when you kind of think about the specific part of your life that you want to achieve, just think about it for a few minutes, you know. Imagine yourself going through this, imagine yourself already living this, and then just forget about it. So this is very important, so that way you just don't prevent yourself from kind of moving forward, because it's not really good energy when we are too intensely thinking about a specific part of our life, like every single day, every single time, because sometimes that same energy kind of slows us down, because it needs from us to learn who we are. And in order to learn who we are, we must not think too intensively about the actual things, you know. So that's why we create this right vibration and the energy. You just kind of be completely sharp with yourself, completely optimistic with yourself, completely confident with yourself, what you're gonna do, and that way you are basically just going to enhance, you know, the very kind of significant elements of your path that are only going to highlight this situation for you as well. By the end of December, you will make an absolutely mind-blowing decision. This decision that you're gonna make, it's gonna start changing your life almost immediately indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Libra. Do you know, Libra, December 2021 is going to bring you like a pretty much so kind of like the need to move on with a specific part of your life, you know. And this is like a God's gift. This is like a blessing at the same time, because, you know, this is going to become absolutely evident. And I would like to say this again, that you're also going to find this energy so beneficial. Something is going to wake you up. Something is going to be awakened within you. The energy, the vibration that you didn't feel like in, my Lord, such a long time, now it's going to take over from the beginning of the actual December 2021. How this energy is going to start when it comes to you, my gorgeous Libra. Suddenly you're going to start feeling this confidence, you're going to start feeling this positive energy, and suddenly you're going to start feeling excitement again, you know, in with little things in life. But also on another hand, suddenly you're going to feel like you know, the specific parts of your life that you're going to need to work on, you know, that you didn't want to work on, that you kind of like, that it was just dragging out, you know, it was bringing you down. But it's important for you to work on these specific parts of your life. So you are going to gather and have this very special and precious energy, which is going to just help you with your own ability to see things for what they are, but also to pay attention to your own individual, unique journey, you know, on your path. The more you do that, the more sharper energy it's going to be, and the more you will know exactly what you're going to do and what your next step is actually going to be. My gorgeous Libra, you're going to feel like this month, you know, in December, like suddenly it's time to move on. And suddenly you're going to find feeling very bored with the specific aspects of your life. And this is absolutely brilliant, because that in itself, couple of days later, you know, it's very worth to pay attention to what this is. What is going to make, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. It's very important, because this is where the clue is going to be for you. Very, very important clue, because few days later you're going to find yourself like on a spiritual quest. And this is something that I really like, because most certainly that in itself is going to make you realize that you really want to make you're really gonna choose to make, you know, big life changes. And once you kind of feel like this, you, my gorgeous Libra, with your absolutely fantastic balance, you know, that's all what it is. Once the balance is absolutely perfect, you just go for it, my baby, and you're going to be absolutely fine, you know. it's most certainly pay attention to, I know that you will leave the situation that no longer serve you. So this is very important, because at the time when you leave the situation, when you will feel like you want to leave the situation that no longer serve you, just also remember that few days later there is going to be a very kind of significant opportunity for you, which is just going to seem like, oh, you can't really, oh no, you can't do this, you know, it's not the right time. But then again, at the same time, pay attention to your priorities, pay attention to your priorities, pay attention to your priorities. It's very important to see which exact part of your life is slowly coming to an end. And it's on you to realize this, because it's going to need this specific edit that I'm talking about. Very important, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. Okay, and also, you know, what I need you to remember, very special message for you, my gorgeous Libra, is that, you know, take your time to think before you act. This is very important for you to remember. Take your time to think before you act, because you need to get this right. You must not rush with absolutely any part of your life, but something is going to come to you. Something is going to be like kind of like around you, but it's just not going to make sense. And this is really important to get this right. It's very important to get this right, you know. It's just basically about you, you know, acting the way you want to act and doing what you want to do, and most certainly not doing something that you don't want to do. If something really doesn't make sense, then you shouldn't really do it. And this is why I'm saying this and highlighting that if you get this right and you do what your spirit tells you, you do what your soul tells you, you do what you feel inside your heart, then you're going to be absolutely fine. Because when it comes to your manifestation, this is something that it's also going to be a quite challenging situation. It's going to bring a very sacred moment. So maybe something ludicrous or something very unusual that you're going to be asked, something is going to be like kind of required from you. And then at the same time, you just need to remember to follow your intuition, because this is one of the biggest challenges of your life that you will have. And the bigger challenge it is, the bigger reward it is. The bigger challenge it is, the bigger outcome it's going, the better outcome it's going to be. The bigger challenge it is, the bigger turnaround you're actually going to have. So this is going to be absolutely important. So all you need to do when that happens is just act in the way that you want to act, but do not rush into anything, especially if you're being pushed to, like rush into it. No, baby, no. You just do what you think that you should do. You do what you think is the right thing to do. Very important indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpione. Oh my God, my gorgeous Scorpione, December 2021, it's going to bring you like a really big question. A really big question indeed, because this is going to really shake you up, but it's also going to open your eyes, and it's going to remind you of who you are. It's going to remind you of your own weirdness in the best possible way. The weirder we are, the more unique we are. The more unique we are, the more powerful we are. The more powerful we are, the more we achieve out of life. You have to give a credit to yourself every single time when you're weird and you allow yourself to be weird. And I'm saying this, my gorgeous Scorpione, because there are going to be a lot of things that are going to be going on in December. A lot of things are going to be happening in December that are going to be testing you in such a way where you will kind of like maybe be part of something that you have no clue about or you have no idea about, but your spirit and your soul is telling you, yeah, try this, try that. You know, there are lots of little challenges that you are going to have in terms of exploration, and most certainly when it comes to like a challenges, exploration, and if you really feel really strongly to go for it, just go for it. You know, there is a lot of things, this situation going to be happening for you throughout the month of December, purely because you are reaching the full circle. We are reaching the full circle because indeed this is the end of the year 2021. So now this is also going to give you a very powerful ability, like to you in particular, my gorgeous Scorpione. When it comes to your power of manifestation, do not forget that it goes both ways. Very often people forget, you know, the power of manifestation, but very often people forget that the power of manifestation can go both ways. Be optimistic and think positive. think positive and be optimistic, because you can very easily kind of manifest something negative in your life, and you don't want to do this. So this is why you need to project your energy as much as you can towards those things that you want to manifest, that you want to achieve, because that energy pool that we're going to have in December 2021, it's only going to give you more power in order to achieve things. And the more you allow yourself to be yourself, the more powerful you're going to be. So there are lots of little strange moments that you're going to have. You will want to explore this, you will want to explore that, but every single time you do something like that, every single time you throw yourself into every single into all sorts of like opportunities, there is so much that you're gonna have out of there. There's so much that you're gonna get out in terms of like a lesson, like a really important lesson in life that you're going to learn at the same time, but also finding yourself on the right path as well. I really like it because also very strong subconscious mind it's going to be for you throughout the month of December. And that means that, you know, you just most certainly need to pay attention to your dreams, because something is going to be answered to you through your dreams. But if you don't remember your dreams, at the same time pay attention to what is the very first thing in the morning, because you know, and it can happen at any day throughout December, but you will know this, you will feel this, you know, like something is going to be on your mind, very specific part of your life is going to be highlighted, and it's going to make you realize, oh my God, it's to do with the change of priorities. It's to do with that specific part of your life that you need to pay attention to, and it's going to become your priority. Okay, it's very, very important to say this, because 10 months later, exactly 10 months later, there is going to be the great success that is going to come out of it. And this is purely because you will allow yourself to give a credit to yourself by projecting the actual energy the way you should project in order to achieve something. And this is your manifestation that I'm talking about, my gorgeous Scorpione, indeed. What you need to remember in the month of December is the basic logic and organization are most certainly going to increase your success. Just remember this. Logic and organization are going to increase your success. Please remember this. Logic, of course, because a lot of things are going to be around you that are absolutely going to be mental throughout December that you're going to become aware of, but they've got nothing to do with your life. So just think logically and focus on yourself and focus on your own path, and that way you illuminate your own path. But you know, it is more or less to do with the actual just reorganizing your life. At around mid-December you will know that your life is going to need reorganization, and this is why logic and organization are most certainly going to increase your success. And also take charge of the situation. You need to put your foot down. Okay, this is about structure and discipline, but then at the same time you need to accept the actual leadership role, because it looks like someone is going to have such a big influence and impact on you, and it's just going to inspire you, but it's like they will be projecting something on you that it's just at the same time going to confuse you. So you just need to remember to actually, it's pretty much so to do with you taking the charge of the situation. It's very important, but also put your foot down. Very, very important for you to do for this month of December 2021. Do things the way you want to do them, act the way you want to act, respond to people and situations the way you want to respond. You know, very important indeed, because one particular person is going to drain your energy, and this is going to affect your balance, and you need to really put your foot down. It's very important to do and to act how you want to act, and to do what you want to do, not what somebody else wants you to do. Very important, because something crazy is going to be also kind of around you, offered to you or something, and it's just not going to make sense to you. So pay attention to your intuition. If something doesn't make sense, my gorgeous Scorpione, just say ciao, my darling. Okay, very important indeed. Okay, and also what else I was going to say, it is kind of very important to reach out to others with love and compassion throughout the actual month of December, which means that the more you really connect and reconnect with people in your life, the more positive impact this is going to have on you. Please try to do this. The reconnection with people in your life, that you kind of lost connection with, it's going to be super important. And this is all going to be so beneficial when it comes to your manifestation, and when it comes to such a powerful time when we are able to manifest things so much quicker. I'm not saying they're going to happen like, oh my God, like this. No, baby, no. But I'm just saying that, you know, it is just gives you the opportunity to kind of find yourself on this spiritual shortcut. So it's all going to be connected. Someone is going to need your help, somebody very close to you. But this is going to get back to you like a 1 million times more, you know. Very important indeed. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarius. My gorgeous Sagittarius, you know, it is very good what is actually going to take place this month, because something that you have been kind of waiting for quite a while now, it's just going to start moving on. It's going to start moving forward. Very stale and very slow part of your life is just going to increase in its pace, you know. So this is really important. So that in itself, it's not kind of like something going to happen like really enormous, really huge. No, baby, no. But this is the beginning of a change, beginning of things moving on. It is the information that you're going to have, which is going to put like a really big smile on your face, you know. The realization is to do with your own accomplishment, it's to do with things that you have been working on, but things just haven't been moving on, you know, for you quick enough or fast enough. It is reminder, like an absolutely mind-blowing reminder that you are on the right path, you are on the right journey, and that in itself almost immediately it's going to kind of shake you up in such a way where you're going to find yourself on a spiritual quest, and you will most certainly want more out of life. And what is actually going to come out of it, it's going to be brilliant, because, you know, you will kind of want to focus on the next stage of your life, but it's pretty much so to do with where you are at the moment. It's not brand new, it's not completely new path, but it's pretty much so what you're focusing on. So if you're working on something, you know, it is about bringing something more into it, you know, going on the next step. If you're looking for like kind of work and things like that, then just open your mind and don't focus only on one thing. Bring more things in, make it more colorful for yourself. This is exactly what this month of December is inviting you to do. Very important. And if you are retired, my gorgeous Sagittarius, you know, it's all about you realizing and giving credit to yourself, by the same time you know, what you're working on, what you're trying to achieve, what makes you feel really unhappy or what makes you feel really negative, you are going to have a very positive impact. You know, you're going to have a really important opportunity in order to make the necessary adjustments. So that in itself, it's also going to show you exactly which little part of your life is missing you should bring in. It's also pretty much so connected to the things that you used to do in the past, the things that you used to be focusing on before that made you feel so happy, but you know, in the meantime, you have kind of just a little bit lost yourself. So now this part of yourself is going to require to bring this part of yourself back, because now it's time. This is the time when manifestation is going to be really powerful when it comes to the actual whole month of December. And now, my gorgeous Sagittarius, this is also your time. So it's a double whammy for you. So it's not only like the power of manifestation is enhanced because we reached the end of the year. So this is normal. The energy pull and the energy shift is going to do just that. But also when it comes to you having your time, this is your time, the month of December. So it's also going to increase your power when it comes to your own success, and when it comes to your own, you proving your own point. Most certainly this month is going to help you to put your foot down, to prove your point, but also at the same time, you know, you just need to understand that, you know, if you believe that you can do something throughout December, you can do it, you can achieve it, you can go on that path, you can make that rather successful, you know. At the same time, you need to remember that, you know, it's natural to kind of question yourself and think, oh, maybe it's not the right time. No, baby, no. If you can think that you can do something, that most certainly you should really be focusing on that path. And this is what the magic of December is going to bring you. It's going to help you to reconnect with yourself in such a way when suddenly this idea is going to come to you by the end of December. Suddenly this idea is going to come to you, my gorgeous Sagittarini. And the answer to this is also the part of this challenge is, oh no, I can't do it. No, baby, no. Yes, you can. If it comes to you, it came to you through through something really sacred, because this is all what this month is about. So do not block yourself down, or do not prevent yourself from moving on in your life. It's very important, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. Okay, so now what else you need to remember, and this is going to help you really a lot, to look at the world from a different perspective. It's a bit deep now at the moment, but I'm just saying that this will be very important in order, if things brings you down, if things make you really negative, if things make you feel really unhappy, whether this is to do with the world around you, people who you know, or whether this is to do with the world around you with the people who you don't know, what brings you down, it's very important for you to remember that the energy pool is going to be so powerful, so you will be able to bounce back almost immediately, 1,000 times higher, as a reward for this karmic impact. So just remember to look at the world from a different perspective. It's very, very important indeed. Okay, now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Capricornius. Now, my gorgeous Capricornius, basically, you are most certainly going to have a very powerful events which are going to come up, which are going to come forward. But before I even say this, it's all about the actual magical vibration that we are going to have through the actual months of December. I just burped a little bit, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's just basically about this really powerful vibration that I'm talking about. Lots of us were waiting for this particular moment for a very long time. And our vibration was affected. Of course, it has. Every single one of us vibration was affected with things that have been happening, over the last 36 months, of course. But on another hand, everything has its own beginning and everything has its own end, And what am I trying to say here is that you were affected by quite a lot. And I've mentioned this before. Now, I'm going to try to speed up a little bit. But yeah, basically, it is about the energy which you are going to be able to find very beneficial from the beginning of December. Very rejuvenating. It's not going to be obvious almost immediately. Very refreshing, very re-energizing in terms of your way of thinking, in terms of your own energy. It's going to pick up and you will be able physically to notice, oh my lord, nice energy. And also on another hand, it's more about how it's going to make you feel internally when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to your spirit, when it comes to your soul. Suddenly you are going to find yourself really kind of ready to deal with problems and situations in your life that have been slowing you down, and they made you feel really bitter, they made you feel really negative. And these are the certain issues that you had with maybe certain people in your life, and it's just ended up as being a rather karmic situation. And then you have to respond to these people or to this person, but then you didn't because you were like, oh god, I don't like talking to that person, type of thing. So now it is these are the elements that I'm talking about that are going to be highlighted. But actually think that there are 4 specific situations that you're going to find yourself at throughout the December, where you're going to really surprise yourself, like, oh my god, I can't believe it was so easy. I can't believe it was like I was that wasn't such a terrible conversation, or like if you had to discuss something with someone, or if you had to have a bit of a compromise with something with someone, it's just about dealing with problems, but also realizing our own strength within, because at the same time, as I said, this vibration is very, very powerful, my gorgeous Capricornians, and you need to make the most of it. It's not only about dealing with the problems and issues that you had and you're going to be sailing through, but at the same time, this is karmically very strongly connected to you. So every single time you do this, something is going to shift, and it's all going to lead towards a very powerful opportunity towards the end of the actual months of December that you are going to have, that is just going to slowly start changing every single aspect of your life. And the more you deal with problems and issues that you don't want to deal with, the bigger opportunity at the end of the month of December is going to be, and you will see exactly what I mean. As I said, this is going to start and create this powerful spiritual domino, which is most certainly going to change your life. Slowly, slowly, my baby, one step at a time. It is the opportunity at the end of December, my gorgeous Capricornians, that you're actually waiting for. Pay attention to it. On another hand, you know, there are certain events that you are going to have this December, my gorgeous Capricornians, and the certain events that you're going to have, you need to remember that they will require immediate action, okay? But you, at the same time, you need to put your foot down. You need to do only what you want to do, and also at the same time, you need to trust your instincts. This is very important, to stay focused and also to kind of be open to people around you that are very close to you. Because the people who are very close to you, people who are important to you, people who understand you, people who understand your spiritual journey, are about to single something out, something very important about yourself and about your life. This is going to take you back a little bit, but it's at the same time going to answer really, really big and important question to you, my gorgeous Capricornians, indeed. But it's just going to level up with, you know, things that were on your mind, and it's also going to give you a really remarkable idea. On another hand, what you need to remember when it comes to the actual month of December, my gorgeous Capricornians, speak your mind to solve your problems. This is so important, to be open as you can, to communicate as much as you can throughout the actual months, but also most importantly to stay true to yourself. Very, very important indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Aquamarini, Aquarius, my gorgeous Aquarius, you know. This is like a pretty much so the time of your awakening. The December 2021 is the actual time of your awakening. This will be very personal to you, but I would also ask you really nicely to pay attention to most certainly what is going to happen on the 11th, 12th and the 13th of December 2021. The 11th, 12th and the 13th of December 2021 are going to be a major turning points for you indeed. Something is going to take place, something is going to happen, but at the same time things are going to start moving on. You're going to see the truth for what it is. This is going to open your eyes, and this is going to be greatest accomplishment of your life, because you will know exactly which specific part of your life no longer serve you and which specific part of your life you should actually move on. This is a very important time for you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, because it's also kind of like going to make you think, it's going to make you wonder, and you're going to find yourself on a little kind of like you're going to find yourself in a kind of like in a way where you will want to kind of stop a little bit, just slow down a little bit. This is a very important time of your own reflection, to pause a little bit, slow down a little bit, do not rush with absolutely anything, but at the same time, okay, you are going to have this awakening, and this awakening that I'm talking about is going to give you the ability to see things in a whole new light. And this is why this is going to be so important at the same time for you to understand and realize that, you know, there is this particular opportunity that you're going to have, that you're going to be able to take, like, my lord, on such a high level. But then at the same time, you need to remember to embrace your own uniqueness. The more unique you are, the more individual you are, the more powerful you're going to be, the more successful you're going to be. So you just need to bring a bit of a Vumish energy, and you're going to just make everything absolutely remarkable, very colorful indeed, my gorgeous Aquamarini. So it's just basically an awakening where you're going to see things in a whole new life, but this is in a whole new light, sorry, but this is going to be so important to you, because by the time the actual end of December comes, you know, there is a very specific part of your life that, you know, you're going to get a significant message about, and you will know exactly that particular specific part of your life, you know, it's to do with like a certain challenge that you're going to have beforehand, that you're going to become aware of. But then again, it's about the ability to manifest. You will know exactly there is a certain time timestamp, you know, that is going to become absolutely evident, you know. Timing, how long is something actually, not timestamp, but how long is certain timing going to take. An additional 7 months is something really going to take, you know, and it's to do with an idea, it's to do with a realization, it's to do with an opportunity that is going to come to you at the end of the actual month of December. But remember, the answer to that, my gorgeous aquamarine, is your own uniqueness. Okay, your own uniqueness, it's going to take you like very high. Your own uniqueness is going to take you so much further. And also your own uniqueness, you know, you will be able to maybe even see what has been like kind of blocking your own uniqueness, because there is an obvious reorganization in your life going to become rather evident at the same time. Just remember that it's how you feel, what you feel like you're gonna do, how you're gonna go about that opportunity, what you're gonna do, how you feel about it, like what feelings and emotions you have. It's really the most important how you feel, not somebody else, because you're gonna feel like, oh, let me ask him, let me ask her. No, baby, no. Someone is gonna come through, someone is gonna come forward who is close to you, and it's gonna really surprise you, because they will say something to you and you're gonna be like, how did you know this? But you will be able to match with this your personal situation, and that is going to be a confirmation, you know. This is gonna be very kind of magical moment, but at the same time it's going to bring you really kind of strong sense of direction, like you should really go for it, you know. Very powerful time for you, my gorgeous aquamarine, indeed. You need to remember to listen to your inner voice when it comes to making choices, okay? Very, very important, because, you know, something is also going to be asked, you know, from you. This is another thing that I need you to kind of remember. This is also very kind of big mind-blowing challenge that you're gonna have. Like, it's really like mind-blowing challenge. Aquamarine, this is important because it's also to do with your own power of manifestation. Every single thing that I'm saying now throughout this December, and every single thing that I said, it's going to affect your own power of manifestation, but you just have to give a credit to yourself. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust your spirit. You have to trust your soul. You have to trust your intuition, and you're not going to be led astray, because some kind of question you're going to be asked and you're going to be like, well, I'm not too sure. It's going to make you feel like a mind-blowingly indecisive. But something is going to be really crazy about it. Something is going to be like kind of, it's going to have really elements of darkness around it, but then you will know, you will be able to recognize this. So just remember, my gorgeous aquamarine, to listen to your inner voice when making choices. Follow your intuition. Okay, so before I do Pisces, I just have to let Coco out. Okay, Coco wants to go out. Go, go, go. There you go. You can go. Oh, Lord. Ta-da-da, ta-da, 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 Pisces, my gorgeous Pisces, I love you so much. This is like a message for the month of December 2021, what to pay attention to, but also most importantly, when we get like kind of things right, and we get things right by doing things the way we think that we should do things, but not letting too many people from the outside affect our way of thinking, affect our way of planning. I'm not saying you're doing this, but I'm just saying that a lot has been going on within the last 36 months that you were affected by, when it comes to your planning, when it comes to your sense of like finding yourself in the present moment, you know, and feeling so highly vibrational. And if you're not feeling highly vibrational, then this just makes you like kind of a little bit stuck. So you are gonna have a very important moment, my gorgeous Pisces. You're gonna unstuck yourself, because, you know, sometimes we get affected by things that we don't even notice how much they've actually affected us, our way of thinking, our way of planning, and things like that. So this is why this is so important. So December, my gorgeous Pisces, from the first like from the first like day of December, you will be able to feel this energy. You will be able to feel this vibration, and it's going to happen you're not going to be able to notice straight away, but as the time goes by, you know, as you go along, my darling, you know, you're going to realize like a sudden urge to like deal with a specific part of your life that you were just kind of like keep on living behind, something very annoying, you know, something very personal, something very private that you were keep on living behind, that you were keep on living aside. And it's maybe to do with like a discussion with somebody, or maybe like maybe some kind of compromise with somebody, but this particular situation that you were living behind, but you know that you have to deal with this. You know, this is going to become obvious to you that this is something that you should pay attention to, but also what is going to surprise you, like the sudden urge, like and sudden like a confidence and the control over a situation and courage that you didn't have before. And it's to do with a specific part of your life that you left behind. Karmically, it's a big karma mama moment that is coming back, and you're going to have to deal with it. So it's something that you were doing in the past, or something that happened in between you and someone, and maybe created this certain spiritual knot, and that's why now you have to like throw yourself into this. Not that you have to, but you are going to. So this is going to become obvious from the beginning of December, and this is where you're gonna start picking up with your own vibration. And this is when you're gonna realize something so important, how precious life is, how interesting life is, but also the importance of, you know, just basically making sure that we ignore as much as negativity as we can while we are on our path and our journey. Because if there is nothing that we can't do when it comes to that negativity, we are just letting our energy to be taken away, to be stolen from us, you see. So that's why this is so important. So this in itself is going to be a little kind of very significant and refreshing and rejuvenating turning point that you are going to have, you know. And at the same time, you are going to have a very important message, my gorgeous Piscelini, indeed. Very important realization, okay? There is message that you're gonna have, or something that you're gonna get, or something message that you're gonna get, or you're gonna realize this, you're gonna read it somewhere, it's gonna be like an email, or someone is gonna call you, or you're just gonna read something and realize this by yourself. But it's pretty much so to do with an ending. Something really annoying and very kind of difficult part of your life is slowly going to come to an end. And I really like this, because this is something that was affecting you without you even realizing how much, okay? And at the same time, you need to pay attention to the certain situation that is actually holding you back. And this is nothing unusual, because this is also your a very highlighted time when it comes to your spiritual transformation. So you're going to become aware of the certain situation, you know, that is actually holding you back. And that situation is just going to need a little bit of more adjustment when it comes to you. So it's pretty much so about you reorganizing things and also paying attention to priorities. Suddenly, what is this going to lead to? You paying attention to the actual priorities in your life. And you will see that there is, you know, this is not as important anymore. And it's nothing unusual, because this energy is going to be very specific when it comes to the month of December 2021. This energy pool is going to do just that. It's going to give us the power to act on things in the way that we want to act if we don't have enough confidence. But on another hand, as long as you put your foot down, as long as you stay true to yourself, the bigger opportunity at the end of the month you're going to have. Because this is all, my gorgeous Piscelini, leading towards a very important opportunity that you are going to have at the end of the month. And please understand this, there is a very powerful opportunity that you're going to have, very important opportunity that you're going to have, the opportunity that is literally going to change every single aspect of your life. But it's going to come with a challenge. Of course, it's going to come with a challenge, and the challenge is going to remind you yet again that you need to make an adjustment in your life, because something is not quite right with the priorities. So your priorities are slowly going to change by the end of December. And what you're going to realize, that you just basically, that the growth always means leaving something behind, okay? So this is very important. So, you know, this is you growing, this is you changing, this is you moving on with your life. And you know, that opportunity that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, it could be something completely brand new coming into your life, like nicely sliding in, baby, and you just can't like resist, you know. But at the same time, it could be a very specific part of your life that it's almost immediately going to become evident as well. With that opportunity, it could be something like little, or something that is going to seem quite insignificant, that you need to bring into your life, into your present moment, and what you're focusing on right now. Like, for example, like a little promotion, okay, with a certain particular part of your life. You know, this is going to be quite evident, but at the same time, do not let to be put off with the fact that there is a certain learning experience that is going to be connected to it, because this is what it happens when it at the time of transformation. But this learning experience is going to seem like something that you're going to need to learn more about it. You don't need to, you must not kind of be put off by this. This is very important, but it's also at the same time a part of this absolutely a powerful challenge. You know, this is all going to lead towards a new start, but also the fact that you have to trust yourself and push your fears aside at the same time, my gorgeous Pisces, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you all. Bye.